we're going to be talking about power, and there are those out there that will relate this directly to woo-woo. There's a whole element out there that would like to put down the fact that there is something that exists, such as personal power, and how it relates to the world around you and what's going on with you and everything around you. Now, to me, there is only two possible energies, and that's what we're going to be talking about. Is your personal energy is where it all starts. There's positive energy, that feels good. There's negative energy, that feels bad. Now, when you're with somebody, you feel their energy, they feel your energy, and if you don't have your energy in tune with yourself, then you're in big trouble.
I think everyone's vaguely aware of personal energy. You know, back in the 60s, it was kind of out there with the hippies and on what was called the fringes of society, but now it's so mainstream that you hear people talk about it every day. You know,
how do we explain to people how to feel the emotion? And I've been taught now, finally, you know, I got away from the government-controlled schools, and I got away from the newspapers, and I got away from the television set, and I got involved with people like yourself, and there's all these different modalities and different teachers that have all these different areas that they have studied, and when you bring them all together, it always comes back to, it isn't just saying, I feel good, because it's experiencing that emotion of what it's like to feel the way you are saying you feel. It sounds a little bit complicated, but it's really not. You have to know what it feels like to have it, even though you don't see it right on the table in front of you, but you know what it feels like if it was. And sure enough, it will be on the table, whatever it is. If it's money or thoughts or love, or whatever, if you experience that and you know what that feels like, you will attract it.
That's exactly right. But some people
It is?
have, exactly. What do you need me for?
Well, I mean, no, I mean.
And the answer to that is shift your perception.
So if I perceive something to be good, feel good, then it will be good.
Eventually. However, if you've believed for a very long time that something is bad, has always been bad, and you've been totally bent on proving that to yourself, if you go, okay, today I'm going to say that everything's great, and I'm going to say, for example, positive affirmations. We hear a lot about positive affirmations. Oh, just say your affirmations and your life's going to be wonderful. Well, for some people that works like that, and for other people they do it for a while, even a long time, and then they go, you know, that didn't work for me.
But you have to feel them, don't you? I mean, there has to be an emotion involved.
But there also has to not be an undercurrent of, I don't believe it, this is a bunch of hooey, and it's not going to work for me. I say them is, but I really don't believe it.
Exactly.
And that's the place where some people have lived for so long that they really can't see the door out. And that's really sad, because the truth is that each of you watching, every single one of us, has always had all the power that we need within us. It doesn't come from anywhere outside of you. Even Christ said, look for heaven within. Okay, It is all within you, and you've always had it. All you need to know is what to do to access it. And a lot of things have been going on over the last many millennia to help people not realize that they had that power. In other words, people trying to take that power and tell you you never had it to start with. So this is about waking back up, eliminating those traumas, eliminating the pain that's held in your energetic field from those traumas, so that you can look, and for example, when the news media hands you their baggage, you can say, you can step out of it and say, well, what is this really about? Instead of just accepting the spin that you're told. What you're talking about really is your thinking. You're thinking you're enjoying wearing your sweater today. That feels good. Okay. So the thought came before the feeling, and the feeling amplifies the thought, both of which connect together and form the energy that lets you enjoy wearing that shirt. But a lot of people walk around I guess what I would call like in a daze, where what is what is, and it's how it is, and it's how it's always been. And basically they're going around proving to themselves every day that what they believe to be true is true, and then that's what they get as truth. So, for example, if they don't like their job, they don't like their spouse, they don't like their kids, they don't like their homes or their lack thereof, all they're doing is manifesting more and more. So they're staying in the energy, in the movement and flow, and that sensation of lack and of not enjoying it and of negative energy all the time. So the question is, how do you get out of that?
Yeah, as a personal experience, my youngest son was born deaf. Never heard a thing. He doesn't know what hearing means. He doesn't, but he communicates fine, sign language. But what I find is, as he's growing up, and my communication with him, is his mind is open.
Right.
He hasn't had this barrage of, we can't say bullshit on the air, but this barrage of stuff that, and so he's more open to, and the energy is very powerful. And that's where I got looking at that, thinking, wow, we are fed a lot of this stuff, and we are molded and guided.
Absolutely. Yeah, the vibration of every thought that people are having about you or towards society that affects you comes at you whether you're aware of it or not. And it's a matter of, do you know what to do to buffer that rather than just absorb it? That's why I believe a lot of people are so asleep right now, is because they haven't had any mechanism. They've forgotten, we've not been taught what to do to deal with that.
Right.
And now we're under so much pressure at a higher rate than our parents and our grandparents were exposed to. It's coming in all the time. All you hear out of people are, I'm so tired. I can't get involved politically because I'm too tired. I'm lucky just to go to work and feed the kids and, feed the dog and go to bed. Well, part of why you're so tired is because you're letting everything under the sun in, and you're just in reactive mode, and you're just in the big middle of it. You've been led there and put there on purpose, okay? When what you need to do is find a mechanism that allows you to regain that strength, regain that personal power, and step out of it and go, okay, well, wait a minute.
Well, there's a phenomenon, and I've experienced it, and I'm sure you have too. You meet somebody for the first time, and you just don't like them. It's just, as soon as you meet him, hi, this is Joe. Ooh, you just have this, is this energy?
Yes, absolutely.
And that's what you're
sensing,
feeling.
Absolutely. You are sensing that the way they operate in the world is so far opposed to the way you operate in the world.
But you feel that.
You feel it. Yes, you feel it. Now, unfortunately, if you're sick, okay, emotionally, energetically sick, okay, for example, and I'll just again use women, I'm going to pick on us girls because I am one, so that's easy. But perhaps you are attracted to men who then you get to complain about all the time. Because they're living with their mother and they can't keep a job. And you know what I'm saying? You can go down that little negative bunny trail all you want, but you attracted it. Why? Because you felt like you deserved it. So you were in line with that energy.
Is it you feel like that's what you deserve, or you feel like you don't deserve what you want?
Could be either one, but the point is you're trying to prove it to yourself. Exactly. Strong enough in your own power, enough of your own power back that you can be that person in the story of the Emperor's New Clothes that's able to stand there and go, the Emperor's buck naked here.
Yeah.
There are no clothes. And you have to be strong enough to not fear and not coming from that place of fear. And I think that's a lot of what's wrong. A lot of people that don't understand that they actually have the power then are leading their lives in fear. And the media and the government all plays into it.